Have you ever wondered how a machine with a ton load of transistors with just on and off capability able to help us to watch movies, to make online payment transactions, taking photos, and sharing them across the globe, why other things, even how you are watching this video? The short answer we all give is computers and developed applications with them. But when we write a program that is human understandable, how it can be converted into computer understandable language. That is ones and zeros. First we will understand how computers work. A computer is nothing but a collection of million to billion transistors depending upon the hardware configuration of the machine. Each transistor comes up with a capability of on and off. That's it. So that computers can only understand ones and zeros. That is called binary code. 1 means transistor is to be turned on. 0 means transistor to be turned off. To perform any action or task, computers will perform the combination of transistors on and off. So the machine understandable code looks something similar. Now we have understood how computers will work. So to perform a big task we have to write the binary code for hundreds of thousands of transistor combinations to make it work on a machine. It would be very difficult for humans to write these huge ones and zeros combinations with the little brain we have. And it will take a millennium to write a simple program. So here comes the role of programming languages. Programming languages are human understandable languages instead of just numbers. Put simply, a programming language is a set of syntax rules that define how code should be written and formatted. Thousands of different programming languages make it possible for us to create computer software, apps, and websites. Instead of writing binary code, they let us write code that is easy for us to write, read, and understand. Each language comes with a special program that takes care of translating what we write into binary code. Let's take one line of code. Print hello world. This line of code is written in the Python programming language. This code will print the hello world text. A program is simply a text file, written in a certain coding language. The code inside a program file is called the source code. Every coding language has its own file extension for identifying code files written in that language. For example, Python's is .py. To make a program, you write the code in a plain text editor like Notepad and save the file to your computer. That's it. For example, the line of code could be the contents of a very short Python program called hello.py. How do you run a program and actually get it to perform its commands? That varies between coding languages. Some languages save a separate binary file that the computer can directly run, while other languages have their programs run indirectly by certain software. In the case of our hello.py file, the Python language comes with a command line which will display the output of the program, the text hello world. If you were to enter the code into the command line and press enter, the program gets run and the command will get executed. A computer doesn't actually understand the phrase hello world, and it doesn't know how to display it on screen. It only understands on and off. So to actually run a command like print hello world, it has to translate all the code in a program into a series of ons and offs that it can understand. So here comes the execution of code. When we run any language program, the language will have its own compiler or interpreter, which will translate our source code into some low-level language which is called as assembly language, which is of less words and more of numbers. And this assembly language code will be submitted into computer assembler, which will again translate into a machine language which is completely in ones and zeros. Then computers will understand the machine language, so it will perform the operations. This is how computers understand our programming languages. Let's recap again. Programming language code will be converted into assembly language with language compiler or interpreter. This assembly language will be converted into machine language with computer assembler. Then computers will perform operations.